love the snapdragons. The hummingbirds like these too. And there's the bee balm. This is called popcorn flower. And I know there's another flower that looks very similar to it, but this actually looks like popcorn. That's how it looks before it opens up. And I have a good many of the Shasta daisy. There's the moonflower. It's not blooming right now. Don't know what kind of flower. I just know this is a perennial and it is a it's a wildflower. And I just love it. It's not all the way out right now, but that's really a beautiful little flower that the bees, they love, and the butterflies. The little frogs got a lot of ground cover around the pond. And look at this little flower. I don't know what it is, but it's just as cute as it can be. He's so beautiful. And I don't have a name for him yet. He's got green right below his eyeballs. And he's just as precious as he can be in our pond. And I was worried that this was too much going on here. That's his favorite spot. This has been a disappointing summer because it's been so blistering hot. It's hard to keep the zinnias alive. This is the way that I thought that the sunflowers out back would be, the one large head like that. They are the mammoth, I think. Pretty soon, all of these beautiful zinnias are going to be frozen into a mess. So I've got to get the seeds off of them. And LP has got to get the peppers in, all of the peppers in, and that's what he's working on. There's so many different types, and see some of them just getting ready to bloom, and some hasn't even bloomed yet, won't get to bloom because they're going to get frozen. So sad. I just dread to think about it because there's a lot of buds on here. There's so many different designs. Just totally amazing. Zinnias is just a wonderful flower to have.
Hey people, guess what? We're collecting our zinnia seeds. See? The frost killed them all. Now watch this. This is for next year. We take and pop this open. There's the seed for next year. You just put it on the ground, put a little peat moss on top of it, and when you figure it ain't gonna frost, the new seeds start up. So you can plant them out here. Plant them in the ground. You don't have to plant them in pots. There's your seed. And there's all kinds of flowers. They're flower heads, and guess what? Some of them will have stripes on them. Some of them will have different ways. Look up a zinnia. A zinnia is just like a tomato plant. The roots on it grows that long. You stick them down in the ground, it'll all turn to roots. Same way of peppers.
With a zinnia? With a
zinnia, it's the same way. You can lay it flat on down. It'll run the length of it. Here's one right here. If you lay that down on the ground, that will turn to seed. That will turn to, how about roots?
As long as it hasn't already frozen first.
Yes, but
okay.
But you can lay them. You can grow it inside your greenhouse. Bring them out, lay them down flat, and then the roots will fill out.
So had we done that before the frost, it would have worked. Okay.
If it gets frost before the sun hits it, you can wash it off with water.
Right. Okay. They were so beautiful.
Let's go down here. This is also seed on this plant, but the birds will eat this, and the seed can drop. It can come back up again. This grass is beautiful when it starts coming up, but then in the winter, you have to cut it down. You cut it back down to the ground so the new stuff can come right up through it. It'll come right up through down at the bottom. So you weed whack after the birds get done eating it, and if you take some of that seed, plant it, just throw it on the ground. It'll grow.
Okay.
Here's the...
Look at this cute little tree.
That's a holly tree. Guess what? I don't see no
berries on it.
No berries on that. Is there any berries back here now? This is that's a female, and the birds just took it all. The one right behind it, that's
a male.
A male, and you need two of them within a mile of each other.
Okay.
For them to live.
For them to reproduce the berries, right? Okay.
So the berries have done got all of them.
The birds, you mean?
There, I see one in there. They haven't got them all.
Okay.
I can't remember whether there's any berries on this thing.
Okay.
Now we got down here, sedum. This sedum, you can pick this sucker down here, and you can take a piece like this, plant that in the ground. There's another one. There's another one. You don't even have to water.
LP is at it again. He's doing the neighbor's driveway. He had to get another snowblower because he was up the street doing clearing the road, and there was garbage left on the ground on the road, and it messed up his other snowblower. A good idea if you do clear the roads with your snowblower. Like when you hear there's going to be a snowstorm, it's kind of a good idea to go out and check to see in the road if there is any trash like plastic bottles or cups or anything like that, because it can get caught up in your snowblower and cause damage. The repairman did get the snowblower to work. But LP had a chance of getting a used one, so he's got a backup. So he's got 2 snowblowers now in case that would ever happen again, because it's easy not to think about checking for trash in the road whenever you're clearing the road. LP is still struggling, you'll notice on this video, with his speech, but he has just made a miraculous improvement from being on his deathbed after 2 brain surgeries and 2 peg tubes. It's just, I never thought that he would recover to this point.